Hello again, YouTube. This video I'm going to be talking about investing in Lego. I started investing a few months ago, so I'm not an expert on the topic of investing, but I have done some research. So I mainly invest in Star Wars Legos right now, but I have purchased some architecture ones as well, and I will be ordering more in the future because those seem to do pretty well. But of course, Star Wars does seem to be the best because it has such a wide fan base, and they are making more and more content on it, so probably will do good into the distant future. These are most of the sets that I'm investing in right now in front of you, and all the boxes behind them are filled with sets. So all these sets right here are supposed to be retiring by the end of this year. This one right here, it's Mandalorian Battle Pack. This has already retired, so I scooped a couple up before it went out, and it's already doubled in price just being retired for a few months. So that just lets you know how much money you can make on a Lego investment. Of course, the longer you wait, most of the time they do keep going up, but you don't want to wait too long before you sell them, because there might be a re-release of a set, and that could bring the value down. Of course, it's not going to go down all the way, but you're not going to get as much profit out of it as you can. You do have to use your own intuition on what you think is going to be a good buy, because of course usually the popularity of an item or a Lego set, I should say, depends on the popularity of the corresponding thing that it was based on. It's like the new Star Wars trilogy, the sets that were based on that, they're not doing so good. Some of them did okay, some not so good. So kind of have to play it by ear, I guess. For example, I bought quite a few of these 501st Battle Packs. They've been out for I think like 2 years, and they're supposed to retire by the end of this year. But this was a really sought after set. A lot of people were looking forward to it coming out, and I really think the market is probably going to be a little bit flooded with these after it retires. So it will increase, but I really don't think it's going to increase very rapidly like some other sets have. So you just have to use your own brain to think on what sets are going to do. I pick out certain sets because of what the minifigures it has in it. Like this guy right here, he has only come out in this set, so usually unique minifigures like this do go up in value, and of course if they're in a set, the whole set's going to go up in value. But sometimes the actual minifigures themselves outperform the actual build. It's rare, but it does happen. Like this set as well. Comes with this unique clone trooper right here. It's the only set that he's come out in. They might release more sets in the future with him, who knows. I really don't see it happening because this is based on the Clone Wars, and Clone Wars ended, so I don't think they're gonna make any more Clone Wars sets. So you can just make your own guesses on what sets are gonna do well. Here we have a Mandalorian starship. Again, we have pretty unique minifigures. You won't get these in other sets. Of course, the build's pretty cool, but I think the minifigures are really gonna be what drives up the value. Sets like this is very minifigure heavy. They probably will do okay, and these are a Lego store exclusive, so that might drive up their value, being an exclusive to just one store. But you can do your own research on how past exclusive sets have done. This set right here, I just picked up a couple of these today at Target, because these are a Target exclusive. Of course, you can get them on the Lego store, but besides that, you can only get them in Target. And I don't know if they're going to restock them in Targets, but you can't order them online anymore as far as Target goes. So I went and snatched up whatever was left in my local store. So, Lego investing seems to have increased in popularity over the last year or so. You see a lot more channels popping up talking about Lego investing. So, with all these investors, the market is going to be more abundant. I should say the secondary market with retired sets. So the ability for you to make a lot of money on investing, of course, it's still going to be good, but we're not going to see things like the original Cloud City set where the Boba Fett minifigure from that is worth like $2,000 today. Just because there wasn't as many investors back then. But sets are usually going to go up in value. Rarely do sets fall below retail price. It does happen, but it is rare. So you're basically just putting money away. Of course, you're going to have to put in some work to sell them down the road. So you have to think about that, if it's worth it for you. And you have to have patience, because it does take at least a year for these things to start increasing in value most of the time. So you have to think about these things before you start down the rabbit hole of investing. But I think I'm going to buy more of these specific sets, the ones that are retiring soon. I don't see the point of buying sets that are going to be out for another 2 years. And you do want to try and find these sets on sale, because that's just going to increase your profit more, and you're going to be able to stack a lot more sets with the money that you have, because of course not a lot of us have tons of money to be putting away into Legos. As far as big sets versus small sets, I think big sets are easier if you have the money to invest in them, because it's just going to be, say you buy an $800 big set. It's just, you go to the store or you order it. It's one purchase. That's one set you have to worry about, and one set you have to sell down the road. Whereas if you buy lots of little sets, you have to find them in the stores, you have to find them online. Places like Lego.com, you can only order 3 sets at a time, so it kind of limits how many sets you can actually buy. But the turnover rate on little sets is faster. They usually retire faster, and usually increase in value faster. So that's something you want to think about. But it is addictive once you get into it, so you have to be careful. You don't want to be spending too much money on them. But if you have some spare money laying around, I would recommend thinking about it. It's not a bad gig, it seems. So yeah, I might make more videos down the road on investing, where I'm at. I've put about, I think, a couple grand into it so far, and I don't know how much more I'm going to put into it before I sell the sets I have. Alright, well, thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe. Thank you.